Craig, thank you so much for being here. A lot to get to on day one of this trial. Now, we know that they seated a total of 15 jurors, 12 women, 3 men. 3 of them will be selected as alternates at the end of the trial before deliberations begin. And we were hearing what some jurors were bringing up as concerns. One of them saying, I'm a mother. I don't want to sit through this. I don't want to hear this. Are you surprised that we got a jury seated today?
I think it's efficient work, for sure. I think that the judge, particularly, and then corralling the parties, moved quickly to try to get the jury seated before the end of the day so that they could begin tomorrow morning fresh with opening statements.
Now, explain the reasoning for not knowing which 3 will be the alternates until deliberation.
Sure. All of the seated jurors have to pay equal and undivided attention to the trial. And so selecting them at the end ensures that everybody believes they could be a juror. Numerically, they're likely to be a juror that votes on the verdict in the case, and the alternate is selected, or the alternates are selected at the end of the trial.
We know in a case like this, the burden is on the prosecution to prove their case beyond a reasonable doubt. At this point, publicly, prosecutors have not said how they believe Shade Robinson died. Do you expect them to lay that out in their openings? If they don't, is that an open door potentially for defense attorneys to take on?
I do expect the prosecution to lay that out in opening statement. I think you'll learn a lot, at least very indicative of how their theory of that occurred. And so it would be a sign of attack for the defense to hone in on. It's a circumstantial case, as we know. And so the parties and how they tee up and introduce their evidence to the jurors will be something that'll be critical in this case.
I want to point out something, too, because at one point we know the defense asked prospective jurors if any of them worked as a nurse or at a hospital, and also they said that there would be some surveillance footage from businesses and residential homes, kind of giving us an indication of what evidence will be presented during this trial. Are you listening to things like that as well?
I am when I do a trial, and also when I listen to one. First of all, digital evidence in every case, you can't get away from it today. I mean, it's just present in even misdemeanor trials. There's just more and more camera-related evidence. But the medical issues are interesting that they were teed up and referenced by the parties today at jury selection, because that means that there may be a desire to have a leader in the jury deliberation room later that can maybe help explain some things or expand upon some things for the other jurors.
Is a case like this tougher for prosecutors, given it's a circumstantial case where you don't have a full set of remains of the person who was killed, potentially, unless they are going to present this a murder weapon?
Prosecutors always like to have cause of death without any other alternate theories. They like to have, a weapon. They like to have a confession. They like to have an eyewitness. Those are all examples of direct evidence of someone's guilt. Circumstantial cases are always more challenging, but as prosecutors are fond of saying, you can walk out the door of a building and everything is wet, and that's a circumstantial case that it rained, and a pretty strong one. So.
And we do know that the jury will not be sequestered. Are you surprised that neither side asked for that to happen?
I'm not surprised that either side asked for it to happen, and I'm not surprised that it didn't happen. I mean, that is a huge lift. So I've been through, as an attorney, some very high-profile cases where the jurors were not sequestered. I think it's more unusual nowadays to sequester them.
Because of the amount of resources it takes.
Huge amount of resources, huge burden on the jurors.
Yeah. We know it's very difficult, and we are just day one on this trial that has now gained national attention. Craig, we'll be seeing you throughout the rest of this trial.
Thanks.
Thank you so much for your time.
And we're going to be streaming the opening statements when they begin tomorrow. You can watch it on WISN.com, the 12 News mobile app, or the free Very Local app.